All right, setting it up.
Unmute.
Hi, this is Jake Cavell with Cross Country Mortgage. This is our veteran-owned small business series, where each week we will sit down with a local veteran-owned small business owner. We're just going to go over their history, their story, learn about their business, and put a little spotlight on them in these crazy times. So today I am honored to bring you Cotton Beggs. He is the owner of the Copper Bull. What they do is he specializes in basically wood craftsmanship, anywhere from dog tags to a pirate ship bed. So there's a wide variety of things. So we'll talk to him about it. But welcome, Cotton.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks. So Cotton, we're going to talk a little bit about your business today, but let's just hear a little bit about your story, where you're from, and what kind of took you to the military? What made you join the service?
So I was born in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, moved to Colorado shortly thereafter, so you could basically call me a Colorado native. But kind of grew up on a farm, tree farm, animals, chickens, stuff like that. So kind of the farm hard work, growing up and then going into high school, did all the sports and stuff like that. I think the major turning point for me was actually seeing a commercial for the Marine Corps, and kind of seeing that. Yeah, seeing the guy in the dress blues standing on top of the cliff. It's like, oh man, that looks cool. Went and talked to a recruiter, and I think that was my freshman year of high school. Did that, and then funny thing is, come senior year, I was like, I think I can go do something else. Like, I don't want to do the military anymore. But that bug was already there, and I think once it had me, there was no getting away from it. Had a job at Walmart, and then ended up getting fired from that job.
Oh,
and I was like, screw this, I'm going to the Marine Corps. So went into my recruiting office, and they shipped me out, I think 2 weeks after that.
Oh wow, so that was a quick turnaround.
Yeah, very quick turnaround. Yeah, the timing was perfect for it. So
yeah. Were you out in Camp Pendleton, or were you Parris Island?
Yep, I was West Coast, so MCRD. Yep, Camp Pendleton, all the mountains and fun stuff Pendleton has to offer.
Oh yeah, lots of hikes, lots of humps. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yep.
And so you did 4 years in the Marines?
5. I did 5 years.
What was your job in there?
So I started as a aviation electrician. Spent time in Pensacola. Did a year of school there. So that's why my contract was 5 years instead of the standard 4. Okay. They just had an extra year on for the schooling. And then from there, I got stationed in North Carolina, and I did my job there for a few years, and then slowly moved into doing things with Marine Corps martial arts, and kind of got big into that, and moved more full time into that, and kind of jumped around different places doing that. And it's kind of a niche job, but it was pretty fun, and deployed a few times, a few different units. So
Nice.
yeah.
You were you a black belt, McMap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black belt McMahon. Yeah. I was an expert at PT, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I as long as I got rid of that tan belt, just leveled up one, then I was good.
Yeah. Didn't get hazed too much.
All right. So after the military, you get out. So do you start working, or did you kind of start your business then? What was kind of story there?
So immediately after the Marine Corps, I actually kind of lucked out and got a job with, they were formerly known as Avago Technologies. Later on became Broadcom. But I got a job with them right out of the Marine Corps as a maintenance technician, and did a lot of electrical type stuff, mechanical type stuff, working on really expensive high-tech equipment was my primary job function there, and did that for 5 years. And great place to work. That's where I started immediately after the Marine Corps.
Okay. So you were doing that, and then you kind of start the Copper Bowl at some point. When did you start with your time with your job?
Let's see. Really, the Copper Bowl kind of started in a shed.
Yeah.
in the back of the house. On my days off, I'd spend time out there building cutting boards and just little things here and there, shelves, and it was really relaxing and fun, and it kind of just morphed into this passion for me. And woodworking's been something I've done for 20 years now. And at that point was when I was really able to start kind of honing my skills on it and working. Prior to that, I was always, either in the Marine Corps, working full-time jobs, going to school. Didn't have a lot of money for tools, which if anybody's ever tried woodworking, there's a heavy investment into the tools you need.
Yeah, those add up. Yeah, very pricey.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of over time, bought tools here and there, and, just kind of did small projects around the house.
Was it all kind of self-taught, or do you have any professional training, or?
So at the time, really all I had to go off of was the few things my grandpa had taught me kind of growing up, and then a few of the things my dad taught me. And his expertise came more from the fab and metalworking side, but there's a lot of techniques that cross over into woodworking, kind of the fundamental things. And so really that was the basis of my knowledge when I started piddling around in the shop or in the garage behind my house. So that basically.
So it's in your blood.
Yeah, it kind of runs in the blood for sure.
Yeah. So you start doing this as a hobby, as a passion. I assume that you're, doing some pieces on the side, selling those.
Mm-hmm.
What was the what was the scenario that happened that you had the idea that, hey, maybe this could be more than just a hobby. Maybe this is something that I can build on. At what timeline kind of was that?
Well, there was kind of two things that really played into that. One was as I, got better with the woodworking and, the compliments, which, you throw things up on Facebook and you get like a lot of thumbs up and like, hey, that's really cool.
Mhm.
And, but a lot of people, when they'd see my work, they're like, wow, you do really good work. Have you ever thought of doing this as a job? And, after about the sixth or seventh time of somebody telling me that, I was like, maybe that is something I should start entertaining, because it's
Mhm.
something I love to do. It's something I'm, kind of intuitively good at. And it gives me a huge sense of satisfaction to build something, complete it, and make somebody happy with a product I've built with my hands. And then kind of the other side of that was going into work every day. And it was a great job, don't get me wrong, but just kind of seeing people in the same place, day in, day out, kind of having the same conversations over and over again with the same people. And you kind of get the feeling that nobody's really happy. People are just kind of maintaining for the sake of security.
Yeah.
And to me, that was kind of a big turning point in my mind when I quit really caring about the security and realized, I think my happiness means more to me than having a little safety blanket I can pull over myself each night, And
Mhm.
so kind of when I had that huge paradigm shift, I think I decided for good in my mind that, you know what, this is something I'm going to go with, and I'm going to take it all in stride.
Definitely. And being an entrepreneur is definitely a mindset. I mean,
Hmm.
you're fully in control of your life, and that may be too scary for many. Change is always scary, especially
It gives me the chills just thinking about it, to be honest.
when you have a family and you have kids, responsibilities, a mortgage. And
Hmm.
you're like, can I even do this? Is this smart? But I think, if you think the long-term goals, as long as you put yourself in a position to where you're not affecting your family or anything like that, going to put you out on the street. I think a little bit of risk is great. I mean, that's what America is. You have the freedom to do whatever you want. So I definitely think it's great that you took advantage of that, and had that mindset shift. Um, so when you made that transition, how did you kind of start to gain traction and build your business?
Uh, right off the bat, I kind of got lucky in that aspect. I had a lot of connections, just kind of a backlog of people who wanted to purchase things from me. And obviously, working another full-time job, I didn't have time to really get to those. So um, that's kind of where I put my foot in the door and gained some traction with building just a few of these kind of big items. Like I think I did a front door, um, a few countertop sets, things that were big ticket items that gave me kind of not only the confidence but the money to kind of keep going and growing. And utilizing social media was huge in the beginning for me too. And
Yeah.
admittedly, I'm not very good at social media, but
Amen.
it definitely helped at least get my name out there and get kind of generate some interest from people I otherwise never would have been interfacing with. So
Absolutely. And there's two things that you said there that really spiked my attention was social media. I mean, like you said, it's not natural for you, it's not natural for me, but it's a great tool. It's free, and you can utilize network. There's so much opportunity there. You just have to, just like anything else, just stay committed to it. And another thing you said was confidence. Being an entrepreneur, I mean, confidence is key. If you don't feel like you have the tools to succeed, you're not going to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you make your own reality. So I think that's great that you did find that confidence.
Well, and something else, and you know, kind of along the lines of confidence, and something I've learned is having the confidence to fail too, right? Because I didn't just hit the ground running with this. There was a lot of trial and error, and okay, I built a bunch of these and nobody wants to buy them. So I just wasted a ton of time, a ton of money, a ton of energy on all these things that nobody's going to buy from me. And instead of kind of taking it as like oh, maybe I should quit doing this, it is more so, okay, I learned my lesson and now I'm going to do it better next time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, tackling those challenges head on, knowing that failure just educates you and makes you better, and being comfortable with that feeling of failure, accepting it. No one likes it, but it's, you know, it's definitely helps you grow as a business owner. So that's really cool. So as far as your business, everything you've done, what would you say that the military has instilled in you that has helped drive your success?
Oh, shoot, a ton of things. Discipline, for one, you know, which owning your own business, you have to have the discipline to get out of bed in the morning and instead of going and fishing or playing video games, you know, you get to work, and it's having that discipline to know, okay, I have the option here to not work today or to work, and you know, choosing the right option to grow your business. So I definitely say discipline. I think endurance too, and I more so mean like mental endurance, because owning and running a business is not easy, and has times where it's really stressful and has times where it's really rewarding. And it's kind of just a constant roller coaster. And so having that endurance, you know, being through the military, the Marine Corps especially, just kind of dealing with things as they come and making the best out of every situation.
Okay. Yeah, for me especially, discipline is number one. I mean, when I got in, I was just a punk kid and did a lot of dumb things, and it definitely puts you on the straight and narrow for most people, I should say. Sure. But that's good. What advice would you give to someone that's, say, on the cusp of starting their own business, as far as, you know, how they're feeling, the emotions, being scared? What advice would you give to someone thinking about leaving their cushion job and starting their own business?
Well, I think right off the bat, if you're somebody who's thinking about it, just do it. Because, and I say that because I liken it to the same feeling I got when I decided I wanted to join the Marine Corps. And I realize now, if I never would have done that, I would have just regretted it for the rest of my life. So I did it, and it turned out to be the best thing I ever did for myself. And, you know, on the backside of that, and on the backside of having a corporate job, here I am now 2 years into running my own business. And it was another one of those scenarios where if I was thinking about it and I felt passionately about it, had I have never done it, I would have just regretted it. And it would have always been a thought in the back of my mind. And so I would say, if you're thinking about it, do it. But with that being said, do it intelligently. So do your research, read books, read. And that's something I've recently learned. I hate reading, but I force myself to read just because the knowledge you gain from books is so much different than watching a YouTube video or watching a podcast. It's just a different transfer of knowledge, and I feel like you can gain wealths of information from books. And to start your own business, you need all of the Got me back? Am I there?
There we are. We're back.
All right.
All right.
Where did I leave off there?
Reading books.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so reading books is an incredible way to gain knowledge. And, there's a book out there for any situation. How do I do my taxes? Oh, you can find a book for that. How do I market? Oh, you can find a book for that. How do I learn to run a business? There's a book for that. And you don't even have to read them. You can get audiobook and listen to them while you work. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is do your research, before you just up and quit. Make sure you have a game plan, which for me was something I didn't really have going into this. And something I try to pass on to anybody who's in that position is make sure you have a plan and you have kind of a structure of how you want to do things, because doing it the way I did it, I wouldn't suggest to anybody, which is kind of just jumping in and hoping for the best. It sets you way behind when you try it that way.
Yes, yeah, the learning curve on that, it's
exponential.
It's good that you jumped in. You were brave. Knowledge is definitely important. Anything is good, and everyone can come up with great ideas, but to follow through and push those through and stay committed is absolutely important. And so with your game plan, and going back to what you said about failure, if something doesn't work, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily you. Business is a numbers game. So it's just a matter of being diligent and staying according to plan, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 100%.
So I wanted to check out some of your stuff. That way we can give the people watching a little idea of some of the stuff you do. So let me just pull that up real quick.
Right on.
If I can navigate through all these monitors. So I was looking through your stuff, and there is, it's just a wide variety of things. As far as, you do the little pieces like the dog tags. We have wall decor, that bed that I mentioned earlier. There's all sorts of stuff. So let me just pull it up here.
Kind of falling back into the game plan scenario.
All right, can you see that? All right, so we have some of your pieces here. So we have some cutting boards there, so you can customize the colors on that, I assume.
Yep, I can do pretty much anything that's possible.
Are these beer taps?
That's correct. That's actually for brew pub in Severance. G5 just finished theirs up and got them delivered, so I'm really happy with those. And then the ones that were next to it were a set for verboten.
Okay, that axe is really cool.
Oh, thank you.
What is that? Just something you thought of, or was that a request from someone?
Yeah, just kind of messing around. I had some black locust and I wanted to try to make a handle out of it. And so I made up the axe head and then just kind of carved out a axe handle for it.
Oh, wow. Oh, and these coasters.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You do custom coasters. And I really like the detail on that Jeep, the actual Jeep. I mean, that's so detailed. That's crazy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I actually run a 3-axis CNC machine as well, which helps with a lot of that engraving, speeds it up for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's a deck.
That's correct. Yep.
Oh, wow. And you built it around that tree too. That's really cool. And like a flower garden in there as well.
Yep. Yeah, I will say I'm not really fond on doing decks, but I think I would if the right circumstance came along. I'd do another one.
I mean, the door. I mean, it's so many things. I was looking earlier, and there were a few things that really caught my eye. One is this bed. I mean, the detail on that is incredible. I mean, it looks like you could just toss it in the water and it would sail away.
Yeah, so I don't know if you would call it an issue or a kind of a blessing, but I like to add detail, just kind of an artistic touch to everything I build. So this project really allowed me to just let loose in that regard and kind of go crazy with it. And then I also did the mural. I painted the mural for the room as well.
Oh yeah, that's real cool. How long did that take you to make?
All together with the bed and the painting was close to 3 months.
Wow.
Probably somewhere around 350 hours, 400 hours of work.
Wow. That is crazy. And then I really like these. Is that what do they call that in there? That blue stuff?
It's a resin, so it's an epoxy resin.
Yeah.
And you can mix various pigments in there to get the colors and kind of create that swirling effect, almost like a metal flake you'd see in paint. Just kind of gives it some cool depth and especially when you throw.
They always have those, at least for me, I see those videos of them making those tables all the time.
Yep.
And they suck you in. I mean, you can watch the whole 10-minute video of them making a table, just them putting it in, the different colors, what they can do with it. So that's really cool that you can do that as well.
Yep. I actually have a set of tables in here somewhere that I built for a customer.
I mean, the list goes on and on. A chess table, rings. I mean, it's so much.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it gets a little overwhelming for people when they see it. They're like, what do you actually do?
Yeah.
And so that's something I've definitely started working on, is kind of narrowing down the things I try to advertise to people, because when you see a list that's 100 items long, I don't think many people are going to take the time to look for the thing they want built. I think a lot of people just want a specialist. So anymore, I just call myself a craftsman or a design specialist, and then I go from there.
I mean, if you name it, it sounds like you can pretty much do it. So
yeah, I try not to shy away from anything. There are a few things I won't touch, like cabinetry. I don't mess with cabinetry, just because you almost need a whole shop's worth of equipment to do cabinetry the proper way, and so I don't really mess with that too much. But any of the custom style, wall decor, or, tables, countertops, I'll do countertops, cutting boards. I said those dog tags are kind of a newer item that I just started building, and so far they've been really popular on Etsy and stuff. So
you said popular on Etsy. You have a shop on Etsy?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'm slowly adding more and more items on there. It's relatively new, but as I get more products that I can market, I add them on Etsy. So,
and you can people can find that on either of your social medias. You're on Instagram,
Yep.
You're on Facebook, and it's the Copper Bowl on Facebook, and on Instagram. What is it?
Copper Bowl Creations. Yep.
Copper Bowl Creations.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm also on Google. You can Google, and I'm pretty sure my Etsy page is linked to my Google account as well. So.
Okay. Awesome.
You can find me anywhere on the social media platforms.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And is there anything else that you want to add? I know that you have a great discount for veterans and first responders. Is that right?
Yeah. So definitely, I do. I love supporting veterans and active duty military, and then obviously all the first responders. So I give 10% discount for that, and that's across the board. So cutting board. If you order a table, spend $2,000, I'll give you 10% off. So it's a really good deal, especially if you're looking at getting countertops done, that run up into the few $1,000s. You get 10% off that. It's a pretty substantial discount. So
Absolutely.
always like to extend that to all the men and women out there working hard to keep us all safe.
Mm-hmm. Well, cool. That's awesome that you do that. Is there anything else that you want to add?
I think we pretty much covered it. Unless you got another question for me.
No, I think we covered it all. I think that was really great. Your story, just taking that plunge into entrepreneurship, just what it takes, that grind, that focus, that education. It's all really important. So I just want to thank you for your time. And once again, check out the Copper Bowl. You can, again, check out their stuff on Google, Etsy. You can look on their social media. Other than that,
tilt the camera back here. You may be able to see the logo.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Yes.
A lot of people confuse it with bowl, but it's bull. Like
B-U-L-L.
Correct.
That's right. All right, cool. Well, Cotton, thanks for your time today. We'll be looking out for more of your stuff, and you have a good day.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.